Good morning, everyone. Hello. My name is
Hello, good morning.
Astrid. And I'm, you know what? I thought I would start right away with my introduction. Sorry, Andre. Let's start over again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Andre.
Hello, Astrid. So good to see you. It's this time of the
Yeah,
week again.
it is. It is. And you know what? I thought I could introduce myself in the beginning.
Yes, please go ahead. Who are you, Astrid? Who are you?
Who are you? Who
Uh,
am I? My name is Astrid, as I think I now mentioned it like 3 times in the last 30 seconds. I am head of events for devcom. I like cats. I like bass guitars. I like indie games, which apparently qualifies me to be the host for the show. And I'm not alone because I have always my fab colleague Andre Bernhard with me.
So happy to be here again with you, Astrid. Yeah, my name is Andre Bernhard. I'm the one and only indie advisor. No, this way. I have a strange setup today with two screens, like always in the wrong direction. So sorry if I'm not looking at you directly all the time, but I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, and I'm as I said, one and only indie advisor. I'm working together a lot with indie development teams and supporting them regarding business development. And I'm so happy to be the co-host of this show together with fantastic Astrid. And we have the chance every 2 weeks to look at amazing games.
And that's what we are going to do today. We are going to look at an amazing game.
Which is another DCP winner, Deutscher Computerspielpreis,
German
nominated
Video
and
Games
winner
Award.
as well. So only top-notch games visible
Yep.
here.
I mean,
Yeah,
of course, only top-notch games because this show is hosted by you and me, and everyone knows that, like, we are premium, right?
absolutely. Nothing to add on that. But who is this amazing team that's going to join us in a few seconds?
That is a good question, and I think before it's starting to get awkward for you and me, let's bring in today's guests. Stephan!
Hello,
Hello.
Stephan.
Hello!
What an incredible introduction. I'm super blessed by these fancy guys who did this fancy game. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Don't be too modest. I mean, you're a winner already, and you did a great game. So it's absolutely fine to be proud of that as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stephan, could you maybe introduce yourself a little bit for our viewers?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Stephan Schüritz. I'm lead developer at Honig Studios. We did Hijo, and yeah, this was quite a success from the feedback from the players and the reviewers, and also we got honored by the German Computer Games Awards. It was amazing. Yes.
I think honored is actually not the right word because I think, getting nominated actually already is like a great honor actually because it's such
Definitely.
a big award, right? It's like it's the biggest award in Germany, right? Am I right? I think so.
Yeah,
When it comes
definitely.
to video games, and you not only got nominated, but you actually won. So applause for that again. So
It's still hard
humble.
to realize that.
I see, but it seems that you're also a very humble person, which I like. That is cool.
But I mean, you know who has been nominated before. How high did you calculate your chances to win? And actually tell the viewers which prize at the Deutscher Computerspielpreis did you actually win?
Yeah, this was a family award that we won, and so there was Curious Expedition and Dorf Romantic was also nominated, and they're pretty nice games and pretty nice teams behind that. So I was never expecting that we, aside of these amazing people, could have a chance. So yeah.
Competition was very hard this year. So I found that this year was such a strong year actually because there were so many great games in actually every category, and I found it so hard, for myself personally to decide which game or which project I would actually vote for.
Usually, I would say I prefer the projects from Berlin, but in this category, I mean, with Maschinenmensch and Dorfromantik or Tucana and as well Honig Studios, everyone was from Berlin. So it was every choice was
Easy.
a perfect choice.
Easy, right? Can you tell us maybe a little bit more about you and your colleagues? Because I mean, Honig Studio so far, people know that name, but it's not a big name out there yet, because that can still come, right? And it would be nice to learn a bit more, about how many people are you, how long are you actually already working together, like kind of like basic background stuff, some insights.
Yes, so Honig Studios is quite long there already, but more as a contract worker company. So we did many contract work for movies and some small apps. So starting from board games, animation, film, companion apps, things like that. We are 10 people, 10 to 12, depending always also on the workload. So we're working with freelancers and Hijo was our first own idea that we are started to do, or let's say the second. There was one thing before, but called Millie. This was quite a nice game, but I joined after Millie, basically the company. So I can only tell you guys about the story of Hijo and all the upcoming journey of our company. Yeah.
That's totally fine, because that's what we want to talk about today, actually, El Hijo and what is coming next. And you said that El Hijo was, sorry, my Spanish accent is not as, as professional because I don't speak Spanish, El Hijo, but I give my very best, actually. How long did you work on that idea? I mean, I just imagine when you're actually a team that is, working on contract, I guess, when you just work together, of course, there are ideas, you're going to brainstorm together, but in the last month, we learned that some games, were like created, developed. The idea was like, 10 to 12 months. And some other studios were working on ideas for like almost 10 years. So how long did that process take with El Hijo?
So I would say the first ideas were around, I think, late 2016. So we started in 2017 to put some time into prototypes, and we were really, let's say, every time we had some space left, we started to do or to iterate through that and do another prototype, iterate, add features and things like that. So in the beginning, it was only the idea to start a game with light and shadow and the desert theme and a boy as a protagonist or a kid as a protagonist. And show this bound between the two characters, so between the mother and the kid. This was also there from the beginning, but all the rest, so like toys, the whole mechanics, the whole story, was evolved during the whole production. So, yeah.
But the Western theme was pretty much there from the beginning, then?
Yes.
How does it come? Are you all like big Bud Spencer's fans? Or?
Personally, I'm yes, but the original idea was from my producer, so Yannis, Fed, and Maria, and they had a big interest in the movie El Topo from Enrico Morricone. Pretty adult movie, but there's a big bound between the father and the son in this movie.
Because they are actually father and son. That's what I can add here. Yeah.
Yes, and so on top of that, we thought, okay, let's use this bound to create a story and a world around that that could actually work for a game. And we did a much less violent, so a non-violent game out of that.
Little fun fact that I need to add here, because in a second, Astrid, I just need to my useless wisdom that I piled over all these years, because El Topo was done by Jodorowsky. I'm not sure.
Sorry, Jodorowsky.
Yeah, exactly. That was the guy doing the movie, and he also had plans for making a fantastic adoption of Dune, the Dune book series. And I mean, there is a nice adoption of, we are not talking about Dune, but it's so important in the series and the documentation is so good. And there's a movie about Hodorkovsky, how he explains how he wanted to fulfill his vision of another Dune movie that is available like in movie length. So definitely check out Hodorkovsky's Dune. You need to spend some time in Googling it because I can't really pronounce the name perfectly, but check it out. It's awesome. Sorry. Astrid.
I just wanted to say that I think that you need to wear a headset or like headphones because people can hear me in your background, Andre.
Oh, really? I just need to...
That was all I wanted to mention.
Yeah, and so yeah, I suppose Chodorowski, Morricone only for the inspiration of the music. So we had a composer on board actually, who did all the music for us. This was pretty great to figure out what kind of music we want to have for the adaptive music process. And so while developing the game, we already spent time and effort for figuring out the right mood that supports the game with the music. Yeah.
I'm so scared to say something now because
no, it's all good. I just writing in the chat. I'm using a conference speaker microphone combination, and if usually this has some echo cancellation, so that that is working. But if I turn it up too loud, it should be a problem. So now it should be working fine. If anyone on the chat can confirm this, because I turned down the volume. So hopefully Astrid says something and should work out fine.
I mean, let's try. Juliana said I should try to speak and check if something does this and that, and if this is the case, Juliana, it's the case, then I should do something else. What should I do then, Juliana?
So it's not my fault.
Welcome in my bi-weekly sound issues stream. Oh man, that is awkward. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, let's see. Let's try what happens now. Nope, I think that was wrong. Ooh, damn. Oh, now it's working fine. So then it seems to be the right one. Great.
Oh, okay. Awesome. We figured it out.
I don't know what I've done. I just clicked this and that. But if it works now, it works. Great.
Computers.
Ooh.
Computers.
So now Andre is very loud. Oh, come on. Again. Andre, can you say something, please?
Yeah, sure. All the time.
I see.
But
Should
I can
be better
move
now.
away a bit more from the microphone. Maybe this makes things more easy, or I can talk more in ASMR mode.
Yes, it should be better now because...
Okay, hopefully. I mean, we still have some time left to figure out all the technical issues. But not usually, as always, we've tested everything before and it was working. But you know how it is, going live and everything.
Yes. So, yeah.
I completely got out of topic. I'm so sorry. Maybe we can just start over again. No, we don't. No, we don't. I see that we actually have some comments in the chat regarding El Hijo. So 937 just mentioned that he very much liked the artwork of El Hijo and that it reminds him a bit of some work of an artist from Berlin. Maybe it's the same art. Maybe, because you guys are from Berlin, that artist is from Berlin. Maybe there's a connection.
Let's tell the name. What's in the chat?
Yeah, 937, tell us. Who's the artist from Berlin? We'll see if he answers.
But anyways, so the original concepts were from so the first concept art were from Raphael from Berlin, and I'm not sure about his last name, to be honest, because we're always talking with our first names. But yeah, our amazing 2D artist Juan did, let's say, figured out the style and created this amazing world and this amazing work of color and patterns. Yeah.
So I think that you actually just know the same person because 937 wrote that Juan Uzecke. Juan Just call him Juan
Wow.
is the name, and that he also did character design for some other projects. You pretty much know the same person.
Yes.
That is
It's a little
exciting.
word.
It's a little word, especially in
Well,
Berlin.
Definitely.
Excuse me.
But I'm curious, what we didn't mention before is what does El Hijo actually mean in German or in English? I mean, I don't know.
So I wonder want to hear it in German or English. What is more awkward?
Now I'm very curious. Tell it in English so we don't have
In
to.
English, it's a sun.
The sun. I
okay.
knew
Yeah.
that, Andre.
Surprise.
Even I knew that with my very little Spanish knowledge. I knew that.
So we also thought about La Lija for the daughter.
Yeah.
But yeah, the son ended up to be the main character.
And how much? I'm curious. How much did the game evolve over the process? I mean, you were working on it for quite a long time now. And I mean, as we are all of the teams we are talking to these days are using agile development and working with Scrum, and I guess, and most of the time it's just like I have the feeling, okay, that that there's the concept in the beginning, but in the end there's a game, and maybe there's like a small overlap of that between what was planned and what was actually executed. Is there anything you could say how much El Hijo changed over the years? Was it the same idea in the beginning?
Let's say it was pretty iterative. So we didn't start with all the features that we added in the end. Also with the scope in the end. So starting with light and shadow, having fun with someone patrolling back and forth, and you try to hide or to solve that to see if it's fun to do that, and it was pretty fun. Then running, that makes noise, makes you faster, but makes noise, so attracts people. So all these small steps created in the end the experience that you're playing now. So yeah, step by step, I would say, our process.
You go first.
How strong was the community involved in this process? I mean, did you do the usual stuff like having people on Discord or doing public beta testing or joining expos and conferences?
So I would say there was not so nowadays Discord is pretty famous and there's a pretty nice community building there. But when we started then 2017, there was not these, let's say, nothing in our mind to start with that. So we only had our expos or conferences where we met people or did evening drinks where we invited people to come over to the studio and play our latest builds that we had.
Yeah.
To figure out what the people meant, because this is super important to figure out if the idea that we have is fun and people want to really play that, or what needs to be changed. So critical feedback was super important, and we got really nice people around us that helped us to figure out how we want to make the game.
At which point did you involve the community then?
I would say, like I said, the drinks and things, so drinks and evening play, or the expos, but not really community Discord or early access things. Maybe for the next game, I guess it would be a good point to start with that, because it's a super strong instrument to get feedback, but we did many things local, so face to face.
Well, I can remember, just adding up on this, your invitations to your studio in, are you located in Neukölln or Kreuzberg? What is it? Is it?
It's Neukölln. It's near Hermannplatz. Yeah.
Because that was the first time when I got to recognize Honig Studios, to be honest, when suddenly there was this invitation, hey, come on, we have these drinks in our office and you will be able to play prototypes of our game. And I mean, that's a super cool idea to bring together I would say, okay, honestly, it's the community of developers that more or less gathers there, but it's a good thing. I mean, to use the advantage of Berlin being somehow a tight space where a lot of people are together, and bringing these people actually together in a pre-COVID times and having drinks and giving them the opportunity to play the games is a really great thing. So much appreciated.
Thanks.
But talking about Berlin, if I remember right, if I did my research right, none of your team is actually originally from Berlin. Is that right? Is that correct?
Yes. Everyone is from somewhere else. So.
From somewhere else. What did you bring to Berlin? Why Berlin? Always asking the same. Why Berlin?
I think I have to ask my bosses how they figured out to start in Berlin. But I remember that Janis studied in Potsdam, so I think he ended up then living here in Berlin. And Fed had also some quite similar story to being settled down in Berlin, and then they two found each other and started the company. So yeah, and all the other people. So I'm from south of Berlin, so Leipzig. So I moved here for studies. Juan came all over the ocean to join us. Then Seth, also from Australia. This was also quite a journey to go to us. Vincent from Africa, South Africa.
Nice.
Maria, German, half Spain family based. So yeah. So it's quite a journey, and our composer from Greece also. Yeah,
I mean, that is quite like a very multinational team, right?
Yes,
absolutely. And I guess one of the advantages of being Berlin is, I mean, getting funding over here. So you also receive funding from the Medium Board, if I remember this correctly, to work on Hijo.
Yes. Yes, it was super amazing that we got that to fulfill our idea, to get the money to have this space for that. So with that money, we definitely could create a prototype that was then visible for our publisher that we are found later, and got something that was interesting to see and also to play.
So who is your publisher, by the way? I mean, we know it, but maybe the chat doesn't.
Yeah, sure. It's Handy Games. So was quite a nice collaboration that we had there. So we met each other at the Gamescom, where we looked for a publisher with our demo that we had back in the days. And it clicked. So there was, let's say, it's always important that both people that are involved having the same vision and same feeling for the game. Otherwise, it will not work. So it's not only about money, but also about the feeling. If the people see the same or see the same potential and want to also have it successful released, because they are also passionate for that. And Handy Games was definitely the partner that we had the luck that they were on the same wavelengths and we could make an amazing game.
I think that, what you just mentioned, it's not only the numbers and the figures and, the money when you're talking to a publisher. I think it's so important that you have a good relationship, because at the end of the day, that game is kind of like your baby. You have, you worked on that idea, you brought that game to life. And when you then go into a relationship with a publisher, you start to share your baby. And it's extremely important that you, as you just said, that you kind of like vibing with each other.
For sure. It's super important because you work every day on that. So when you have these classic 40 hours week or longer, creative work is always longer.
40 hours week where? Which one? What?
Then you're really getting attached to that game, and we really were into that, and we are still into that game and this idea. And then you want to have the best for your baby, for your son, that you want to deliver to the other to the other partner involved. So it's super important to figure out if this is a good connection then.
While talking about handy games, I mean, you're using Unity as an engine, if I
Yes.
got correctly. Yeah, cool. And was it always the plan from the beginning to release it on PC first, or was there did you switch the target platform in the process? I mean, was there a mobile game as an idea? And what's your take on this?
Yeah, early on, when we did the prototyping, we also thought about mobile because we were really impressed by Monument Valley. Also, you see it a bit in the style. It's pretty close, inspired by that. So we tried mobile, but mobile was not an option at that point for that kind of game. So yeah, PC was, let's say, the thing that we could already export and see how it works and things like that. So we got a good feeling for that. But there was always an idea to think about consoles because many of our team members are super into consoles.
Yeah.
So Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. And so it's always a dream of a developer to have it on the console that you have at home to start that and enjoy the stuff that you did. So yeah, this idea came up and we did our best to deliver it to all the platforms with the same quality so that everyone can enjoy it on each of them.
But just to make sure, it's released on which platforms right now?
So PC, then Stadia, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Magenta,
Wow.
Telecom Magenta.
Yeah.
This is right now the platforms.
Yeah.
A lot.
Quite impressive.
Yeah, it was quite the ride to bring it to all the consoles while developing. We did all the stuff at the same time, let's say.
Yeah.
So after the prototype, we started with all the consoles basically at the same time to go step by step, higher and higher with that.
Well, it sounds like a great job because I mean, regarding consoles, I guess quite a lot of stuff is documented already. But when we're talking about Stadia and Magenta, I'm not sure how much resources are there available already. You know, the knowledge to know the little tips and tricks that you need or hints that you need to be successful in releasing on there for the first time.
Yes. It's super important, not only documentation, but also having a person that you can speak to. So we had nice connection also with our, because of our publisher, with other developers in the family of Handy Games.
Yeah.
To actually ask them, how does the shaders at PlayStation work? What is the cap of Switch performance? What can we do there and there? Because they already learned about that and we could use parts of the knowledge. But for us, it was also the first time we ported things to these platforms. So it was definitely a super exciting ride. And we learned so much about that.
I guess developing for so many different platforms, you know, at the very same time also had like an impact, I guess, on the duration in total that you needed to develop the game, right? Because not sure if that is correct, but
you can do it.
I can do it, but I just read that you took a little longer than you actually planned initially for developing the game. And I just assumed that this might have been a reason.
Partially, I would say it was more about bringing the quality to all the platforms, to not cutting things off and making really an experience that was nice on point. I think now it's a time where developers finally can say, especially if they have the finances in the background, to say, we take a bit longer to make a better game in the end than we releasing it too early to the people. This was great that we had the opportunity to do that. I know that's not possible for everyone, but we had the possibility.
That's interesting because I mean, usually when we're talking about independent games, you could imagine that independent means you self-publish your title. But is that the trade-off by saying, okay, but by working together with a team or with a publisher like Handy Games, that gave you the opportunity to make an even better product than by just doing it on your own?
Yes, I think these back and forth, because they had a dedicated QA team that was working pretty close with us. So this feedback was super important. It was the kind of thing that you get from real players playing that game on a expo and things like that. But we had it more constant while developing to figure out if our game is working for all the different play styles and different mindsets of people. So this was definitely a really good take to make the game better.
I mean, I can imagine that it's quite helpful regarding the submission process. I mean, do you want to share how many submissions did it take for you to get on all the platforms? Was it first strike always, or?
No, never first strike. I would love to see the people that got the first strike on something. I think even Cyberpunk did it on the first submission strike. But in the end, another story. Yeah, I cannot say any number because I didn't know that. I was always working on that and say, okay, let's do another fix. Let's do that. Let's do that. We took quite some submissions, but it was nice to finally have then the standard for each of the platforms. For example, for the Switch to have the performance at the right point for handheld and docked mode. And for the Xbox, for all the user cases of someone puts batteries out, or you have 4 controllers activated, someone throws the controller, the other one puts at the same time the batteries out of the controller, and someone presses the controller. This was, for example, a use case to try to figure that out.
Sorry, but this is incredible for everyone here in the chat who had the opportunity wants to read to the submission document of all the use cases or all the things that you could imagine that happen on a console while playing the game that needs to be tested and checked. It's like it's an incredible checklist that you need to successfully fulfill to be able to release the game over there. So in the end, it only counts that you managed to overcome it and were able to release the game. So that's also, I mean, in parallel on so many platforms, I think that's a great achievement already. That was also your first console titles then, or?
Yes, our first PC and also console title then.
Wow.
A lot of first timers with that project.
Yes.
Like your first very own game, your first very own game for console and PC and so on. I see. That is, I mean, actually, you know what? It's amazing that everything went so smooth because being in that industry, of course, you talk to a lot of people, and I know a lot of people that can't tell that story for their very first project or like very first own game.
Let's say it's definitely there was these downsides and also these stressful times, like all the development. So I think we growed definitely an experience by that and learned so many things about ourselves and about how to tackle these projects. That it really helped, and now we can sit there and say relaxed. Yeah, it was a super nice experience, and we learned so much, and we're glad that we released it. But yeah, while the journey, there's always things happening that are not as how's it called, happy memories, but sure.
Happy memories.
Talking about things that can happen. I mean, how was your studio work affected by the COVID pandemic? I mean, suddenly you have, I guess you have to work remotely. And how did this affect the development process for you?
We had the luck to be at the, let's say, end of production at the point where the COVID pandemic started. So we were already into that and all the wheels were running. We know what to do and to finish up. It was this last year of polishing things. So this helped us a lot that we know what to do and what to polish to finish a game. The other side is if you're starting a project at that time, it's completely different idea and completely different thing. I remember that we started a prototype at that time, and this communication only with video conference or chats was super hard to getting all the minds on the same page, because there's always a lack of communication when you're not standing in front of each other. So this is definitely so for all the people that starting there at this time to being creative, it's super hard, and I'm super impressed when they find a solution for that, because it's not normal to be there in this situation, and it's not easy.
But how do you do it at the moment then? I mean, is the team sitting, everyone is working remotely, you are connected via, I don't know, Slack, Discord, or Teams, or how do you do it at this moment?
Now with Discord,
Okay.
so our daily good morning task, scheduling, putting all the people to work, and inform each other about things. Then the classic calls, voice calls.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mentioned, so the start of all these things, when you're starting with the idea, it's hard. So it's better to be in person. But we have to figure out how to deal with that. So I think it always takes longer online than it would take when you're being in the room and shooting papers around each other or throwing at each other and doing crazy stuff to figure out a creative idea, then do it virtually without getting the paper in your face.
Yeah. You know, I always work like remotely. Like I always work in home office, as we Germans like to say. But still, it's such a huge difference working at home, you know, like regularly, or working at home during a pandemic ongoing. It's a huge difference. And especially when you do like creative stuff, as you just said, I think so many ideas, so many stuff just, you know, gets blown up by brainstorming or being funny, joking around, stuff like that. Like I remember 2 weeks ago, we just created a very nice game idea here in the show, just by, you know, joking around. And nice. that is completely missing, because you can't have that when you know, like meet for a call, meet for brainstorming. It's not like, oh, I just met you in the kitchen. We had a nice talk and we just brainstormed a good idea. Let's work on that.
Yes, for sure.
So do you have any plans in the future to return in the office? I mean, or is everyone now cozy with working from home, that will say, no, we're going to continue like this, letting go of the office and being a remote studio from this point on in the future?
I think Honig is like a family. So not seeing your family for a while is definitely hurting you. And it's not really let's say relaxing. So yeah, it's important to meet these guys again, to meet the family and figuring out the new things. So we do it online to still work and do our stuff for sure, but it's definitely planned to be together as soon as it's allowed again, or we are allowed to be safe again in this workspace.
Mm.
Now that we've been talking so much about the game, I would actually like to play a little bit. If you guys are good with that.
Yeah,
sure. Go ahead. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Okay. Let's start the game.
But while Astrid is starting, what makes Honig Studios then special, in your opinion? Is it the family approach, or if you have to summarize this in one or two sentences, what's the special thing about Honig Studios and making games?
Special thing about Honig Studios. Let's say I have to get a comparison with other studios. I'm not sure how they work, because it's my thing for 5 years now.
It's the first studio where you started working, or
the first game studio that I started working before web development stuff. But yeah, so to be honest, to really give an answer to that question, I need to have a comparison.
Yeah, I I think you already gave the answer in some kind, as we are saying, okay, when you're 5 years together with working at one studio, that's already a quite solid choice and answer in this. But now I'm curious, what brought you personally into game development then when you did web development and stuff like that before?
I think this was the thing of bringing happiness to people. It's a super fundamental thing for me. I started with RPG Marker back in the days when I was in school with a friend. We did our first small RPGs with that. And then I was at the Global Game Jam in Leipzig at the HTWK.
Sure.
And I saw the people there. There was already some indie developers back in the days. And I saw the people doing this stuff, and I saw, oh, there's a possibility to have a job in that. It's fun, and you can be creative. Because what I did in web development times, I was always working, and after that, in the night, I was starting to work on the fun stuff and or the creative stuff to get these outcome, all the things in the head out of in some product or some game. Mm-hmm. So this brought me to Berlin for studies in game programming, and then I got this invitation to Honig Studios, and we liked each other, and we are still there.
Congratulations, therefore. And this is the result of this great cooperation then, El Hijo.
Yes.
Astrid, what's going on here? This is not the first level, or?
Oh, it's not the first level. I already played 2 levels. But you know what? To be very honest, I didn't get further in that level. And so I thought, oh, now that we have Stephan here, we can maybe ask him what I did wrong. So I'm in the third, I'm in the third part, I guess now, right?
Third level.
Yes, I already learned how to stealth. I learned how to avoid, light. I learned how to use my little birdie. No, that is not my birdie. Sorry, that is my little stone. My little birdie here to check, the areas that I should avoid. I know that I can throw stones to actually distract those monks. Yeah.
So what's causing your headaches to not mastering the game?
Thank you for describing it that nice, Stephan. I think I took like a whole round on that level, but I didn't know where to go to finish that level.
Okay.
So you know what? I would just go the same way. No, I would actually take another way than last time. So last time I went this way down here, but I saw that you can actually walk one time in a circle.
Yes, this is the special thing that we wanted to try out with that level, and also adapt it to later levels. That we not only have one path to go to. So there's, let's say, 2 different paths that you can master this level. This is in a pretty small scale, so later it gets much bigger, much more advanced. But we wanted to figure out how it feels to have different paths and different ideas to solve a level, not only this one linear way to go to.
And that's the basic principle of every level, then, you're saying. So there's always like two choices to master level, or?
It depends. So let's say the level that comes after that is pretty linear, because of the kind of architecture in the kitchen that we had as a theme.
Yeah.
But after that, it starts all over. So you have level 5, I think 2 to 3 ways. 6 is full of ways, so I cannot count them. And it goes on with that, with this topic of. Also, when there's other toys introduced, you always have multiple ways to solve a puzzle, and you're not required to one special thing, only for maybe the case of telling the person how this toy works. So we have this let's say, tutorial case where you say you have to use it to solve it, but after that you can find another way. The toy ways are many times the easier ways to solve things, but people are thinking completely different. So it's super, super nice to let them decide how to tackle that. And to give it,
No one saw that. No one saw that. I'm sorry.
We have an age restriction here. You have to be careful.
I didn't want. That was not a purpose. It was an accident. No. Why did it go there?
You deserved it.
I didn't. I don't remember how I did it last time. Actually, how did I do that last time?
So should I help you, or should I watch you fail?
Yeah, not watch me failing. Watch me trying, because I am a person that can learn from the mistakes.
Sure. Sorry, this was super not the right sentence to say at that moment.
Now, as we are seeing the game, I'm curious, how did you pitch it to the publisher? So what was your elevator pitch somehow? If you have to describe the game in one sentence, what is it about?
In one sentence, can I use two?
Yeah, two is also fine.
It's a non-violent stealth game where you're adventure the story of a young boy who wants to find his mother.
Beautiful. How important is the story aspect compared to the gameplay itself? I mean, are there people that are just having fun and solving the riddles, or do you have the feeling that people really get managed, or do you have the feeling people get really sucked into the story somehow?
So sorry again, I was super curious about the situation, because there's a chance that the NPC can look into this basket after he didn't find you. So I was, wait a sec, is Astrid having luck, or is she getting
luck?
Getting caught? So Andre, sorry again. Can you?
How important is the story aspect next to the gameplay aspect? Is the game fun if I don't care about the story and just click through the cutscenes, or would you say no? The story is such an important part that it really is for people who are also loving great stories.
So I think you can play it completely without the story. So our story is told with the levels and with visual elements, so there's no speech or anything introduced.
No. Sorry, how do I sprint again? I can sprint, right?
You can sprint, but this part is
Warum? Why?
Wrong direction. So the easiest part to solve that one would be from going from above the left way and distract. This part is possible, but it's definitely super hard to manage when you're playing that the first time.
I managed it, and I think I just did it by running. But I did forget which key was sprint again.
You're on the keyboard, or
keyboard.
Then shift.
I tried with the gamepad, but I must admit that I'm even more worse with gamepads than with the keyboard.
Wow.
Yes, I am. Shift.
One fun fact about
wrong direction.
One fun fact about the development: we started with mouse input, so that you're clicking to something and he walks automatically to that position. So a bit like I think Commandos did it that way.
Yeah.
So with, let's say, a raster, a grid where you walk to specific points, and you also have the ability to draw the path. So you use the mouse, draw the path where he has to go to avoid patrols and things like that.
Oh, hide. Yes, no.
So So Astrid, I think at that point this is super hard from there. So if you already avoided the other kid, did you avoid it, or did you talk to her? I
did already talk with her last time.
Okay.
You think I should just skip her then? No.
So easiest thing would be, I think, to run, go to the right, and if you're at the right direction, then try to distract him. But like I mentioned, it's from this
with a
position,
stone.
super hard.
Okay, let's try.
But yeah, running.
Running. Maybe I would just go back. I mean, why not? That's fine.
Yeah, let's say level 3. It's pretty extreme to with these 2 different puzzles to get these 2 different kits. But I think in later levels it's much easier because there's more shortcuts and connections in between. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Sorry, but that one is a dumb one, huh?
Yeah, I see. It's now he looks at one of the objects to see if there was someone inside. Yeah, but he didn't find it.
Question from the chat here: whether Astrid can climb the wall with the plants on the left side. Is that possible?
No, this is not possible.
Okay.
We had it before, but then there was, let's say, we wanted to use these also as a decorative element, and as soon as you're starting to use it as a object of interaction, you cannot use it anymore for anything else, and then everything is like that. And this lowers down the possibility of, let's say, the decorative aspect of the game, because you have to have a clear communication of what is interactable and not.
Yeah.
I would just try that one again. I know that I managed it 2 days before. I can do it again.
Sure. Good luck.
Why can't I? It would be so fun if I could throw stones, from down here.
Yeah, on the head and make him die, and then solve.
I think you have to definitely try it from a bit further away, but I think you will not reach him from there. It's too far away. But yeah, like I mentioned, better go to the right, so that he's losing your sight earlier, because as soon as he's in the red phase, it's pretty hard to get away.
And to the shade, and sprint with shift. Okay.
But now I'm curious about How do you do the balancing on a game like this? I mean, is it just by watching hundreds of playthroughs, or keeping an eye on watching people, or is there any number tracking that you do? How long it takes for people to get caught and to adjust these numbers, or how does this work out?
So we have a pretty manual human way of watching people. I know that other companies do the nice metric stuff. And as programmer, I would definitely like to look into that. But yeah, for us, it always worked out. Astrid.
Here's the thing, I don't want to go back.
Let's say, I think the feedback of all the expos helped us the most to figure out, because we had it pretty hard at the beginning of the production. So it was because we played it every day. We were really into that and did all the puzzles in a really, really straight, hard way.
Okay.
So and then we met some people playing, and it was super nice, because they said, it's shit. It didn't work out because it's so hard and so unforgiving. And that was cycling in our minds when we came back from the expo to the office. And then we tried out and figured out how we can make it, let's say, much more accessible and not the hardcore Dark Souls of stealth games anymore.
So speaking of the Dark Souls of stealth games, I mean, what was the target audience that you had in mind from the beginning? Could you narrow this down a bit?
We'll see.
I think it was always meant to be for let's say, teenagers and bit more so teenagers and above. So I think there's no age gap when it's getting older, because you're still enjoying stuff. Yeah, and it changed to be, let's say, much more, because we had less checkpoints and much more harder timings before. So with that change, we could make it also, let's say, more able for different play styles and different people to react to the puzzles, to enjoy it.
So would you say it's it's a casual game, or does it also appeal to casual players? Or will you say no, it's definitely, even if it looks cute, it's harder than it looks?
I find it is harder than it looks.
Yeah, I definitely think you have to have a, let's say, you have to like stealth games or games where you can lose more often.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's not hardcore, but it's also not a game that leads you through that and you have a nice experience. It definitely wants to challenge you to figure out how you would react in different situations and puzzles. So timing is super important, and your creativity to solve puzzles.
I made it.
Astrid, now,
Yes.
now get the kid and get out of there. You're
Yes,
still
get the
in the
kid.
monastery. The kid wants to go out and find his mother. So
Okay, we get the kid and get out of here.
Astrid wants to
Okay.
inspire kids. That's
Yes.
a good thing.
Yes, just don't make this guy.
Take care where we want to shoot, Astrid.
Yeah,
If
not
you
sure.
really want to shoot like that, he's looking at you, or
Nope.
So there are lots of recommendations from the chat that you could
Let me
simply
see.
throw at the head of the monk.
Just throw a stone to the monk's head. I did it with the other monk. Didn't you watch 937? Didn't you watch?
I would try that because the only thing that he does is standing up and looking around. I think this is the thing that you don't want to
Then
achieve.
Nicity mentioned, as a beginner, I needed minimum 12 hours. Thank you. That, makes me very positive that I can make it through that level.
But I guess he doesn't need that. He only needs it for this level.
Wow. Wow. This is the first time I thought we already managed to get it more accessible. But hi, Astrid.
Yeah, I know that was not a good idea. No.
So now you have to. Yep.
What? No way.
There was no checkpoint in between. You didn't get up to the stairs again to get the beginner's checkpoint.
Oh, come on.
So maybe we go to the next level.
Maybe we go to the next level. Hey, that was a very nice level.
Yes.
Don't you want to finish this level by going to the next level?
Nope.
Because it's easy. You only have to go downstairs.
Downstairs,
to the
okay.
left, and then there's a super nice cutscene that I would definitely enjoy you guys watching.
Wait.
And you get the benefit of solving these level.
To the left? Where to the left?
To the left.
Where? Yeah, well, you see the footprints on the wall, I think.
Footprints on the wall.
Yes, there you can go.
I see. Okay.
Sometimes games give you little hints how to complete them.
Yes.
But Astrid, you have a lot of fans in the chat. Your gameplay is pure gold, I can say.
But 12 hours for all the levels. Yeah, sorry. I read there 12 hours for all the levels. This is a valuable thing. I think we said we wanted to go for 6 to 8 hours. I think for the whole story part.
No, I think that was a stupid idea.
If you really wanted to complete the whole thing, and I'm not sure if Nikki did everything in 12 hours. So getting all the kids inspired and finding all the stuff, so all the achievements. You definitely need to invest 12 hours.
Okay, so that answers my question through about the rough playtime. And then talking about collectibles, I mean, you have Steam achievements, I guess, and all the achievement stuff on the different platforms. And the collectibles then are to inspire all the kids, right? That's the mile you can do in each level.
Go away.
Astrid. And now you see already the exit on the left.
Yeah.
I like that exit. I very much like that exit. I like checkpoints. There is everything that I like in games. Checkpoints, exits. It's amazing.
Let's say, can say in the next level there's more checkpoints, more things happening. This is, let's say, for this situation that you took for going back to the left, this is, I think, the rough point of the level to having a bit more, let's say, a longer way to go from the last checkpoint then.
Maybe I can do something like this. Oh no. So this is a game for families, yeah?
Yes, for sure. We had many kids playing that. To be honest, with their families to figure
Just
things
kidding
out.
about my skills.
I guess you need to run to. Yeah, I guess the family part is then that everyone is giving cool hints about what.
Yeah, and everyone wants to try it.
Yeah, you need to run to the stone on the top left and hide behind there.
Yes.
Top left. Okay.
Top left. Yeah. You see next to the secret entrance. Yeah. Exactly. Now behind the barrels. Oh,
She already. No, this is okay.
I made it. Okay.
But now take your time.
Yep.
Watch the patrol and see.
Oh, that is close.
This is close. Yes.
When I win.
Press A,
Jump,
press
A, bye. Yes, I made it. Woo!
okay. Cutscene time.
Level 4, I'm coming.
Whoop.
Ouch.
Hey, this is everything is cool. He's now in the kitchen.
My favorite place.
The refectorium.
Let's check what is going on here. 1, 2, 3.
I thought there's a cutscene. Oh no, it's not the end of the level.
No, it's not the end of the chapter. So we have per chapter there's a cutscene. To explain the story, the rest is happening directly in the level. I meant the jumping part is a fun part. So we as developers liked it, or as a team, to have him jumping down and let him fall somewhere.
Yeah.
So this would be a nice transition to a bit more relaxed level. Nice fact here. So we talked about the children and collectibles, let's say.
Yeah.
The children are super important because as further you go in the story, as more different kids you learn, how's it called? You learn to know.
You get to know. Yeah.
You get to know. And each of these children, if you're helping them, is then as a kind of nice reward at the last level of the game.
Okay, cool.
So they let's say you have a really nice experience then there if you're.
Don't spoil too much, but there's a sense in doing collectibles because usually, I mean, I appreciate that because when I think about, I don't know, Assassin's Creed and collecting 200 doves, I'm just like, okay, why exact of my OCD I need to do this now? If there's no real achievement in that.
Yes.
I want to collect stuff. What can I collect? Now we're talking about collectibles. Or is the stuff that I can collect?
No, it's more abstract. The inspiring of the kids is collecting more motions and more positive energy in your heart. So later on, you will meet these guys again and having fun times with them. The only thing that I can spoil because you have to play the game to come to that point.
Yeah.
Because you want to have me fun time too. I appreciate it.
Yes.
What was the biggest technical challenge that you had to overcome within the development process?
I think especially for the consoles, the performance. So PC was, let's say, pretty smooth sailing with performance.
Yeah.
But yeah, consoles have a different aspect. And we did all the optimization we did for all the platforms basically. So we have the same experience everywhere. So maybe a bit smaller texture sizes for 720p on the Switch, but all the rest on optimizations everywhere on every console.
Wow, that's quite impressive, Astrid.
I trapped myself, I guess. I don't know how I should get out of that situation now.
Now run.
No, run. Run in the light? Nope. We don't like light situations. We don't like that.
Look at the cupboard.
Yep, I know. There's stuff. I like it when I go there. But how?
let's say there's a hole in the cupboard, so maybe the hole is from both sides.
That is
Oh.
such a nice idea. Hide. Yes. That is such a good thingy. I like cupboards.
This is the Jurassic Park scene, or
Kind of, huh? But on the left, maybe Astrid can manage it to go to the kid to the left.
Yep.
Because there's a nice backstory. Because it's a kitchen that prepares all the food for all the monks, we thought about a nice little gag with this kid involved here when you talk to him.
Yep. I try to get there.
But yeah, you can go out and would be fine. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
But there, which one is the left? Do you see the yellow part? Yep. Which guy has that? Wait, did do? Okay, let me start over again. You see that the space on my left is there is another monk I didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nope.
I guess you can hide again in the cupboard, in the other cupboard.
Yes.
That is the plan, Andre.
But
Yeah, you see, one nice thing to mention: if you use the bird mode, you see all the interactables, so all the objects that you can interact with blue dots. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. So there's the kid, there's the cupboards to see.
arrow down to the down right next to your cupboard.
Yep, and I want to go to that kid.
Yes.
Just incredible scared. Leave my little.
Yeah, the first time that you're getting in contact with the monks is pretty scary, yeah. To sneak around them because they're so huge. There's actually I think 2 meters in the game, 2 meters high. Eliro's 150, when I remembered right. So yeah, it's quite impressive size for a big guy who taking you. Oh, I touched you.
Yeah.
So yeah, what the guy now did, you see the skulls.
Skulls.
Yeah, he puts chili into the soup. More chili, so the soup gets really hot for the monks eating them later.
Nice.
And I guess now I need to go downstairs, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you inspire people, Astrid.
Yeah, so Liro is definitely a character that wants to create a bit of trouble and wants to make kids again having fun. Because what you I think already saw in the game, most of the kids are used for doing work for the adults.
Yeah.
And Elijo wants to break with that and give them some freedom again. So some kids' freedom to having their time, their fun again.
Hide!
That's what.
Hide!
Whee! Nice.
Is that monk singing here?
Yeah, or whistling.
Yeah, he's whistling then. So all the monks with the note, you cannot distract them with a stone.
Good to know.
But you need to figure out other ways. Hey, nice, you did it. Now go down with the dumbwaiter.
Just run. You know, my way to figure something out is most time like sprint and run. Like be fast. Let's see what we got here.
So yeah, this is a level that I mentioned where you have multiple passes again to go through.
Which one do you recommend? I mean, I see there is a children on the right. I should get to that kiddo.
Yeah, let's say you will cross these main hall so or so.
Okay.
Even if you want to go now downstairs, so when you go south, there's a way, or you go here, the 2 ways directly through the main hall. There are a bit more trouble, I would say. So I think the downstairs way is more chilled and has a bit more nice. It's a nicer ride to go to.
So do you guys want to see me in trouble? Or do you guys want me to see the chill way, going the chill way?
I guess you want to chill first before you go
Yep.
to level 6.
That's what I think too. Okay, so I go south.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see.
When talking about, I mean, the game right now is the game is premium. What is it priced at the moment? How much do I have to pay to enjoy El Hijo?
I think it's now at 20 euro. So,
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable for this amount of levels. So we have 30 levels,
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours core game, plus time that you want to spend on making the levels without being caught and getting all the children. So these are the two things that you can achieve in each level.
Schneller.
Yeah, so that's basically the pricing.
And the pricing it's the same on all consoles. It's more or less 20 euros everywhere.
Yes.
Okay. And have you ever had the idea of doing it as a free-to-play game, adding some loot boxes or stuff like that?
I guess if we went away with the mobile market that we didn't in the end, then we had to look into that. It always depends. Huh? I think the iOS market is more available for premium titles than Android.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to reach out to Android, then you have to think about that. Because also the mentality of people is more into, I want to play for free and see how far I come or what I can do. Personally, I have to say it's a bit poisoning if you want to make a pretty nice game and want people to enjoy it. I think the mobile market is a bit hard to find a nice paying concept there.
Very good. Do you have plans to go on mobile?
Right now, there's no plan now.
Okay. Is this the last part of the level?
No.
This
is just the beginning.
You're such a clown, Andre.
Then you have to go out of the level and go to level 10 because level 10 already will fill, I think. Let me think. Maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes around.
Yeah, when I'm very, very fast. Yeah. Okay. And when I would just stay a little bit there.
Go to the checkpoint first.
Yeah.
Hello, checkpoint. That was a nice idea. Thank you, Andre.
You're welcome.
So, what is happening here?
For inspiring kids.
Yep.
I already see that Astrid is full into focus now to figuring out how to solve puzzles. This is the right mood.
Damn it. I would just be very fast. Up. Yes.
So you can still use crouching on these small objects to.
Too easy.
Yeah, you always wanted to make it more complicated, I guess.
Yes. Good. I inspired that one. I got the checkpoint. Now I don't care what happens. Nothing happens. Just nothing. Because I'm so good. I'm such a pro.
Mm-hmm. So now you get it. I really would like to get an email from you when you finish the game. How you liked it.
You just want to know how long it took for me, right?
if you want to send the number, it would be super nice for statistics. Yes.
Sure. Thing I would do that. So, where do I actually want to go to? I want to go upstairs there, right?
Did you already check how many? Oh, sorry.
I want to go to the kit. Yes. Let me go to the kit. I
What's
forgot.
another kit?
Yeah, it's cooking again.
Ah,
So one thing, Andre, that I also wanted to mention when it comes to performance and things like that,
yeah,
the whole world simulation, because you see these many NPC behaviors doing stuff, like carrying things, or this guy cleaning the floor.
No, no,
All
no,
that
no, no,
stuff
no, no,
also
no, no, no.
takes quite some calculation time. So
okay,
in the when we started with that whole idea, we let everything happen, let's say at the same time when you enter the level.
No!
But we needed definitely to
No!
figure out ways to make it possible to play also on lower machines.
okay,
Because especially when it comes to these different or these complex NPC behaviors, line of sight, things like that, you need to figure out how to split the level. So we actually chunked the level in different parts
okay,
and only simulate specific things when they are needed, when Hijo is near to not having too many trouble with performance.
yeah. I'm not a coder myself, but I just would have imagined that this is just like the behavior of them is.
Astrid?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
this is tight.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe go to the checkpoint above to be. Ah, nice.
Yeah. But I thought that, yeah, as I said, I'm not a coder myself. I thought the behavior is just like scripted, and then I wouldn't suck up any performance by having
Just
them
no, no,
run
no, no,
through
no,
the
no, no,
level.
no, 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 no,
If you
no.
put, for example, an obstacle in between some of the NPCs, they will find another way to go to. So it's not a
Okay.
linear thing that they always want to go to, or they're 100% blocked, but they are adapting on the environment and finding different ways to do things.
Oh, come on.
I'm just curious what you're doing there, Astrid, but you want to inspire the cooking kit again.
Yes, no, the cooking kit is a new cooking kit, Andre.
Yeah,
It's a new
I
cooking
got this.
kit. It's not the chili kit anymore. It's a new one.
Missing the skulls at this time.
Oh, nine, nine, nine.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is like a memory from Gamescom, watching people playing the game.
Oh, I always get stuck at the table.
How often did you exhibit the game at conferences or shows like Gamescom? Did you count? I mean,
Oh, yes, 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 yes,
So,
yes, yes, yes,
come
yes,
again?
yes.
how often did you attend trade shows and conferences? Because I mean, usually that's taking up some time that is missing in the development process. So
Yes. So I think already early on when we had the first Amaze and Gamescom reachable, I think
yeah,
2018, I think maybe 2017, we did already some small stuff. 2018, I know for sure that we were there. And then we tried to go to all the conferences that are possible for us to show the game and also figuring out how people like it. So with the publisher, so Indie Games brought us also to different trade shows because we only had focus on, let's say, things like EGX or Gamescom or Amaze. And they brought us also to PAX East.
nice.
Then also in Russia, there's a Moscow game.
White Russian, no. White Knights.
Yeah. And also in Asia, there was some things happening there. So it was quite a cool thing to exhibit it also there, to have people knowing the game, because there's so many games coming out these days. You have to somehow be present and getting a connection to the player, building a community like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just feel that I'm just stupid.
Did you inspire the kid already? Did I miss that?
Of course,
she
did I
already
inspire it?
Okay.
But Astrid, don't miss the toys. You have a toy for making everything easier. The slingshot. You can distract this guy.
Oh, where is the slingshot? No, it's my stone, right?
Yeah, it's still there, and you can still.
It's not that I didn't use it. I just failed. And I don't know where to go. I would just
go.
I think she is already enough to. Either she goes, yeah, do that. No, he goes there, and you have a bit more space to go. Nice. You got it.
Oh, excitement.
Okay, that one is easy.
Gamepad would be, I think, easier. Now you have to press both keys at the same time. It's a bit harder to manage than with the keyboard.
Yep, that is right. So that were the part. I mean, I tried to play it with the gamepad actually as well, but that part was definitely easier. But everything else, I was just incredible bad.
But at your side, it looks much more fun than when we tried it with keyboard. So you did quite a dense performance out of that.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Be
that.
careful, then you don't have to do it again, Astrid.
No.
There was a checkpoint already, I think,
Yep.
at the end of the. Yeah. So now,
what is this dude here doing? I will just follow him and check.
No,
Go down.
Yeah.
I can go. Yeah, now I remember. Now I remember.
What is it?
I will just follow that dude and look what he's doing. Oh yeah, nice.
Stop stalking monks.
Not sure what you mean. No one is stalking here.
Nice.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, you don't have to go down all the time, but this is more like a let's say shortcut, a hiding spot.
Yeah, but I wanted to check what the other monk is doing there as well.
And now you go
Run.
Yes.
Maybe I'm fast enough. Yes, I'm fast enough. I'm almost. Oh. Welcome to my little shadow dancey again.
I wonder how you play games on consoles, Astrid. I mean, with a keyboard, that is just like.
I played with gamepads, but you know what is the reason? There's a reason why I don't play that many games on consoles, because I'm very bad with gamepads.
You get used to that, to be honest. So
yeah, that's what everyone says. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after a while you didn't feel it anymore. So my background is more like a PC gamer, strategy and role playing games. So having the keyboard full of shortcuts and things like that to play the game.
Sure, but you still use the mouse at least. It's not like keyboard only.
No, you can use the mouse for example, aiming when you play Hijo. And also for the bird to getting a bit more panning with in the direction you want to look at.
Astrid, are you using the mouse as well?
Natürlich, of course.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot that I wanted to push that one.
Huh?
Did I trap myself?
No,
should work out.
Should be all right.
That should work out.
Alpha Duckle played the whole Dark Souls trilogy with mouse and keyboard. Ooh, impressive. Yeah, always got strange looks, for sure.
That's quite a challenge, but she has to have a pretty good memory. I didn't see the name.
But I'm in the shadows. Well, I don't accept that. I was in the shadows.
No, you're outside. This is one big rule about Hijo. Every time you're inside, you can use the shadows, but outside, the shadows are not super dark. Mm-hmm. So outside, you always have to have a look for hidden sites and other objects. So every time you go outside of a building, you're having the different rule of checking for hidden sites, crouching, and being more aware of you, of your location.
Astrid, look for objects.
André, wirklich. Really? Seriously, today? Mm-hmm.
So I guess...
I see there are some objects that I very much like.
Yeah, for example, crouching.
Yeah, for example, that one here. Let me get in here. Yeah, crouching is also cool. I like crouching. Let's try crouching now.
So you have to use it, and then everything gets easier.
Okay, if you say so, let's try crouching.
But wait for the guy who wants to catch you now, because he made a noise. But yeah, I think this is the amazing thing about games, that you are also sometimes have to get out of your comfort zone and getting into, let's say, patterns or mechanics that you're not so used to it or not really think about. Because after that, you get getting, let's say, more experienced. Yes, Astrid, yes, amazing. Great.
Let's go up, let's go up.
Ooh.
I made it. That was
I can feel
good.
this inner tension.
Me too. And I always have to hold my breath, when I'm doing such stuff like, great. I made it, right?
Now I
So
get
you feel this
the
controller is super crazy. I remember every time when I played a 3D or third-person platformer, and you have these things with the wooden planks going somewhere, and there's water or lava or whatever. It's super hard when you have a detached camera to play. So I can feel that keyboard is then nicer for that kind of things.
But just before Astrid entered this tower, I could already feel the Monument Valley look style feeling somehow with the towers and everything.
Yes, they're definitely a big inspiration for that. Astrid, you can use a bird to figure out what you can interact with.
Yeah,
And
the ladder. I can push and pull the ladder.
Yes.
I know. I was just thinking, why too should I push that?
Push the ladder.
Yes.
Try.
Other way?
The way, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I always have to,
Cool.
try every key.
Now you have another way, so a new way.
Yes,
built up
sir.
again.
Okay, but today we learned it's still valuable to offer keyboard controls for every game, as there's still some people enjoying playing with keyboards.
Sure, it's definitely important to also investing enough time to that, because you can easily map things also for keyboard in the input managers of the engines, things like that.
Yeah.
But to really figure out how it feels, you have to play it. You have to play it with keyboard and figure out if it's playable and if it's enjoyable for people. So you have to invest time for that. It's not a second or thing that you have by side because the technology does it for you, but you have to plan it in. And another thing, we also have 25 languages supported here.
Wow.
In the game. It's quite a few. Let's say the good thing was that we didn't have too much text in the game. So, for example, for the tutorials, we have text that explains what inspiring children is used for, or how a toy works. Or this text here for you have so many kids left to inspire in this level to inform the player.
Yep, 2 more.
But in general, because we use the approach from the beginning of visual storytelling and not using or making it too heavy on text, relying on text, we got, let's say, the budget for making more localization, more countries. And this is amazing to.
Okay. Inspiring a kid is always a checkpoint?
Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
unfortunately.
How did it work with the checkpoint above the former one where Astrid was? I mean, there's a monk spawning next to it or walking next to it. Are you taking care that if it restarts that you never got immediately caught by the monk? Okay, so you're taking care that it always spawns or walks the other direction when you restart.
Yes, so let's say checkpoints are always save points. So if you're respawning there and you're not moving, you are always safe.
Okay.
But as soon as you're moving a bit more away from that, the game starts again. So you can get caught again.
Okay, but you were talking about 27 languages that you
25.
25 languages. I
A
mean,
lot.
did you also figure out stuff like, languages that go from right to left? I mean, which
Oh yes,
Arabic languages do you have those?
yes. Maybe let's open the list of languages, but joking. I think Arabic, Russian, so all the Cyrillic. We have I think 2 Cyrillic or 3
Yeah.
Cyrillic languages. We have Arabic. We have Japanese. We have Chinese.
Nice.
Vietnamese. We have Greek. Then we have Hungarian.
By your sound designer.
Polish. Also our one of our producers, Yanis, is also a Greek guy. So we could already use that as expertise for having a proper language outcome, but also the language departments of the different or for the different language were super important. So we definitely paid people for making our localization professional and not from Google Translate.
Yeah, sure.
This is important, I guess, to not, let's say, making that too awkward and too technical.
Yeah. So
this in the middle is super interesting. Sorry, Andre. There's one thing that I want to mention. Astrid, yeah. If you zoom out, this guy here, so you see the solar system. In the solar system, let's say in this inner cosmos is working exactly like our solar system from the speeds. Not in real time, so it's not, but let's say relative to each other, the whole movement is, let's say, exact to the thing that we that is represented in our solar system.
Nice.
I actually wanted to get up there.
Yeah.
But the ladder here is blocked by
you
a
can
box.
Also go behind. So when you go, there's the bookcase there.
Yep. I had been there, but I didn't check that I could go to the left as well. Stupid me. Let's try it again.
This is the fun part of when you have kids. That you have to inspire. That you see there. It's always a challenge to go to another space, because let's say your main goal of the game is to get out and find your mother, but by inspiring kids you're getting more to challenge routes that bring you also more firstly inspiring of kids, but also more challenging puzzles. So it's let's say the extra spice that you can put on if you like to. Because the kids are not necessary for finishing the game, but there's a nice extra that you get a bonus from.
Yeah.
I think you're fine. You can first talk with the kid if you like to. But,
I think I can just go to the...
Yeah.
Hello, kiddo. Hello.
A bit more. Yeah, there you go. This is a super nice one.
Oh, that is the paper plane. Okay. One more kit. I need to find one more kit. Whew.
What's the age rating? Did I ask that before? No.
No, but the age rating is starting from 6.
Okay.
So I guess if you're in this age, you definitely need a parent for some complexer puzzles.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely it's a nice way to play together with a family. If you are older, so I think around 10, something like that. Depending always on how you feel as a kid, you can also play it completely alone and try the challenges.
Yeah.
Yes, Astrid. Super. So later in the game, you see it already in the right upper corner. We have 4 toys basically. So 3 extra toys coming. Also, your stones evolving. So now you throw stones, but later you're getting evolved into that. So the iconic slingshot from our logo will be also introduced.
Yeah.
I think I saw the
where you can
slingshot
do-
in the tutorial, right?
So in the first part, so in the prologue, I think there's already a mentioning that. Yes. But yeah, later the toys. What I wanted to say. So you in, let's say, the end of the monastery, you get a new toy that is super exciting. It's a wind-up toy, so you can wind it up and it moves in a direction. So super handy for tricking people and super nice to see. Then there's also the cacti fruit that you can use later in the game, where you can make smoke, so like smoke bombs.
Oh shoot! Where do I hide here?
Yeah, how to solve this?
Yeah, how to get out of that situation? Wait.
This is timing and using the ladder, because you can move the ladder.
Yeah.
Again.
Okay.
So you use the ladder as a kind of portable hiding space where you go moving up.
Sure. Portable hiding spaces. I'm used to that all the time.
Yeah, and in the end, there's I don't want to mention it, so I only say there's a super nice effect-driven toy that helps you solving really crazy situations. Yeah.
But that ladder can't be used, that one here.
You're in this layer. Okay, then it's about timing and hiding. You see that there's this bookcase of with the rolls. You can go inside.
Yeah. I can hide
There's a
there.
shelf, yeah.
Okay.
And so wait a sec until he's
his gun.
His gun, yeah. Because you see how far he goes away. So what you can do basically is to
sprint. Just sprint.
Wow.
Yeah. I already thought you're let's say a stage further, because his level 6 is built up in stages.
Oh,
everything's alright. You're safe.
I tricked him
with the recognition hate of the monks. I mean, I think I understand there's a circle where they recognize it on the ground, but is it like how does it work regarding hate?
Yeah, it's basically above their head. So you see, if you're above their heads, they cannot see you anymore.
Okay, so it's half a bubble that is actually extending over the circle on the ground.
Yes. So use the angle and then this bubble to or this height to see. So it's more like a cutted cone.
Okay, yeah.
From the height. So from the beginning to the end, there's the same height that you can see. But if you're higher than his height on a ladder, you're safe. Astrid, you can already go. Yeah.
Oh.
Astrid likes pushing ladders.
I wanted to push the ladder, right?
Yes.
I just forgot where I wanted to go to.
Here are so many ways. I think 3 or 4 to solve this level.
Just forgot where I wanted to go to. And I will just wait here.
You need to decide. So both ways are valid. Going downstairs or using the ladder.
There's my little kiddo. Hello, my friend. You were the third one that I needed.
Inspired.
Nice.
Oh.
Here you have to really concentrate, Astrid, on that puzzle. This is the nice, tricky one where you can see or making a test how concentrated people are by recognizing patterns. So watching the guy in the upper left is the thing that I meant.
What? Wait,
okay. Bookshelf.
Yeah.
No, he's a more complex pattern then.
Yeah, it's
okay, but yeah, sure. Go to the first bookshelf now. Hide.
Go to the first bookshelf now. What? Where?
I mean, you can hide in the 3 bookshelves above, and I mean now he's coming all the way to us, and then you need to follow him after he checked the.
Yeah. Now I got it.
Cites is a really nice game for streams, I guess, because you're still in the pandemic. You can figure out with friends how to solve puzzles.
Yeah, now follow him.
Follow him.
After you check the first bookshelf, get into it. Yes. Yeah. And then you need to go to the second.
No, after that you can already. Nah, it's too early.
Early?
Nah, yeah.
And that's because he was checking this. He's checking that one first.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
get
you have
that.
to wait until he's at the end, then you can go out and. But now you're too early again.
Yeah.
Now? No.
Yeah.
Yeah? No? Nope. Nah.
No, wait
No.
until he's looking at this. This is what I meant. It's a concentration test.
Yeah.
Now I remember we had that with the sleeping curtains in another level as well, right?
Yes. This was the second level where you already get introduced into these patterns. What I wonder, is there any questions from the community about the game that I maybe could answer?
They are actually just hyping, like it has lovely details. They're just making, compliments. That person here.
Nice. Thank you very much for that.
But questions are also very welcome.
Yes.
So now he checked that one, and now I can actually go into that one.
And yes, now you need to run.
Yeah, run.
Run. Oh, I always forget to run. Yeah. So now run.
Yay!
Nicey.
Good one.
Well, I guess the chat is all curious about Astrid's ability of pattern recognition, as well as being able to finish the level.
Yes. Am I going to the right direction?
Yeah,
you're
you're quite far, so you're almost there. You only have to
figure out that one here, huh?
Get that one, and then there's the last one, and you are fine with that level.
And then we can see a cutscene, right?
No.
Oh.
Hey, 30 levels, so meaning every chapter is then, so after level 10, after level 19, and after level 29, basically.
I mean, the idea was good, right? I like my idea.
Yeah, try. But this will not work. So you always see where he will go because he always tries to go to the source of the sound.
Yeah.
So maybe you can get into. You see the small space that you have for shooting, but you can get him around by maybe using something that is a bit lower.
By using maybe something that is a bit lower. Do I have already stuff that is a bit lower? I don't think so.
No. Shooting at a point that is lower. This is what I mean. Sorry.
Oh. Ooh.
No, go in the corners or something like that is safe. Yeah. No. This was tight, but you did it. Nice.
Okay, run.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, we as a team have the feeling that this is a kind of stealth game that is, let's say, more accessible than maybe the hardcore ones.
Yeah.
But yes, you still have to have a bit of love for that kind of frustration level of figuring things out, for sure. But it could be maybe a super nice entrance into this genre for people that are not really aware of that or really into that right now.
But was that something that you had in your mind by developing the game, that it's also, fun and accessible for people streaming it or for people watching it? That they could be enjoying it as well? Or is it just a little nice side effect of the stealth genre?
I guess, like I mentioned before, we are more. Don't make noise. Stop. Wait. Chill. Yeah. And
Release.
Release. So I guess, like I mentioned earlier, we are more people-based. So the whole new situation with pandemic makes us thinking about that now with more streaming community digital ones. But before we thought, okay, it's a nice game for playing maybe with a friend or alone at home. So not really thought about mechanics to make it, let's say, more attractive for streaming. More about we want to make a stealth game that is nice and enjoyable.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Without even with skipping the checkpoint.
Yes. So this is the last level inside.
Let's finish that one together.
Inside. Yeah. This is quite straightforward, I have to say. So it's not as long as 6. 6 is a pretty long level with many possibilities. But this one is quite tight.
But I felt that the last level, I felt that I managed it very good.
Yeah, you did really well. It was let's say a small challenge in the learning curve to see if you mastered everything from the levels before, and you did really, really well.
Absolutely.
What are those thingies doing here? Wow, that is close. That is very close. I don't feel comfortable. But I can interact with the heads. What can I do with the heads? I want to interact with them.
That's only noise.
Make some noise.
Run.
Good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is maybe a fun fact to know. Each of the materials that you're shooting on when you're you're a bit too fast. Each of the materials that you're shooting on, like wood or stone, has a different impact radius. So depending on the material, you make louder or less louder noises.
Yeah, nice.
So you always have to take care. Later in the desert, for example, sand is pretty has low circles, so really small ones.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out other ways to distract people. There's also objects involved into that. So meaning if you hit a pot, it makes louder noise for sure than only hitting a wall or something like that. And you can also change patterns of NPCs by hitting specific objects like bells and things like that inform them to change things.
Push the ladder, Astrid.
Yeah, push the ladder.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I just wanted to say, but now, yep, okay, push. Just use the stuff that you can do.
Push, pull it.
Use. Release. We go upstairs. Yep.
Nicely done.
Nice. Good job. Interact with that one. Nope, I can't, but I get.
I'm really happy to see that Astrid enjoys the game.
Yeah. A little
Push the button. No, wrong direction.
Yes.
Just a bit more.
That's okay.
Release. Maybe just.
Next time, ask Astrid out for your next title to make some sound effects.
Yeah, for sure.
But by the way, is there anything you can spoil us already about an upcoming title or any additional content on El Hijo?
So right now there's nothing planned for, let's say, an extension or DLC for El Hijo.
Yeah.
And for upcoming titles, we're, let's say, we already cooking something, but we cannot tell anything about that right now.
Do you still have a lot of bug fixing to do for El Hijo on the different platforms? How is this working? Is the code fine, or you get a lot of complaints?
No, it's quite well received on all the different technical specs. So we did patches already for smaller things that we figured out while launching. But there's, let's say, nothing big anymore on our lists in our heads. And also the community seems to be quite happy with how the game plays. So we got nice messages and yeah.
Great.
Okay, das ist maximum.
No, it was already okay, I think.
Yeah.
You
I
only
think
have
it was
to push
already
the
okay.
ladder a bit more to the left to get out. Yes.
Oh, I think that's enough. Not sure. Yeah.
No.
Ha! Look who was right.
Always told you.
Yeah, I told you. Several times. Nein.
We're running out of time, Astrid. You need to manage.
We are not running out of time. We are out of time when I finished that level. Oh, come on.
I think it's a bit more.
No, I'm
I have
trapped.
to push a bit more to the left again to get to there.
Okay.
Yeah, this is enough.
And just a step to the left.
This should be enough.
Step to the right.
Na, na, na,
Yes.
na, 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 na.
Oh, this is perfect. Now you can go up. There's no.
Come on.
Hey, this looks fun.
Okay, I made it. Yes.
So maybe something to write down.
Whew. So what is this little friend doing here? Easy. I can easy walk by him.
Yes, this looks good.
Mm-hmm.
One fun thing, I cannot hear the sound of the stream, but no worries. I wanted to tell you, if you shoot the monk on the organ,
Yes.
the whole organ sound will stop in the background. So there's a bit interactive elements always inside to make the soundtrack a bit more playful. Yeah.
Oh, but it was. Oh,
No.
it was nice. Guess what I'm now doing for the rest of the day?
Stopping the track. There's a small cutscene on the right side if you're going the ladder down on the not the ladder, the stairs down on the right side.
Yeah. Nope, not
There you
this
go.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the right on the right the stairs, not this one, but more to the right.
Going up again. Back,
Which
back,
right?
Up and then on
Which
the right?
right?
The stairs. Sorry for that.
But I don't know how I should get there.
Right, even more right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, this. But that looks like a very hard situation.
Yeah,
Get there.
the let's say the kids getting introduced to the monastery and the let's say getting novices.
Yeah.
So Astrid, here you have to crouch.
Or just run away, which always works for me because I got that fast legs.
The girl there got her belt to getting a novice. So first the kids have only their classic costume, and then they get the belt to getting into the next step of life in the monastery.
Oh, come on. It's not that I'm not trying to crouch. Can I go this way as well?
Yeah, sure, you can go this way. I only wanted to show the cutscene. But yeah, to solve it, you only have to go down this road here.
Easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's see. Yep. Stones will be the key thingy here, right? That timing was not good.
Timing was not good.
Yep, I agree. I need to work on my timing.
But almost there.
Ooh.
You almost did the level, so it's not far anymore.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
But Nero, the blue circle is always to overlap with the red circle. So if you
It
shoot, you have
has?
to.
Oh, I didn't know. I just made it like, like trying. But when it's red, I can't shoot at all.
Yeah. So see, now the blue circle is overlapping, and now you can. No.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, now you can run. Oh, too late.
Too late. It's too late. Apologize. Okay.
Now.
Yeah.
Run.
Forget about me.
Always
Yes.
shoots.
Yeah, if I could always to use the sprint button.
Run. Next step. You always have a free. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, nice. Cool.
I'm exhausted.
Chill. And you have to go to the stairs in the south. So only two
More
benches left, but take care. There's one monk looking around. So maybe to go between the two benches to have a chilled moment and then using the time.
Yes.
Something like that, yeah.
Crouch. Can I stay here?
Yeah, you can stay there.
Okay.
And
now would have been a good idea to run, but I was too late.
Yeah.
Run!
Oh,
boy! Yes, I did it!
This was tight.
So close, excitement.
Oh my god, my heart!
Nice. Let's go outside.
We made it!
I think this is a super nice point now to celebrate Astrid to finally leave the monastery and being at the almost last level of the monastery.
I agree. But I think I need to take a break first before we celebrate.
Wow. So cheers to Astrid.
Cheers to me. I think I was very good today. I mean, I made almost like 5 levels, 4.5.
Well, quite impressive. Yes, you did very good.
Yeah.
Best game so far.
You enjoyed it. You enjoyed it, or?
I mean, apparently I did enjoy it because, I am a person that can't lie, especially not with my face. If I don't like a game, you will instantly see it in my face.
So you were not overwhelmed, so it was always manageable, or?
I would say I would like it because I wasn't cussing. I wasn't like, what is the word naysaying about it? I really liked it. And you know what? I feel, even I'm like 30 something years old, I had to think at some points really how to manage the situation. And I can see how, why it actually won, the category family game, because it is suitable for people in my age. I can see that, kids would have fun with it as well. Great title.
Thank you very much for playing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being with us and for giving us the chance, to play and talking to you and all this stuff.
Absolutely. End of the show again.
End of the show again.
It was a real pleasure. Yeah, thanks again from my side as well for being part of it today and showing El Hijo to us, or giving some details to Astrid. And yeah, greetings to the whole team. And
I will let them know. Yes.
And maybe also big thanks to all the people watching.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in today.
And the format to presenting all this. This is amazing.
Thanks you very much. It's our heart child. Oh yeah, hardy.
So it's your El Hijo, or?
It's my El Hijo. Yes. It's El Hijo la Lija. Wait, my Spanish is very good. I can say like 3 sentences. El Río Grande. Todavía Astrid está linda. El guapa.
To all the Spanish attendees listening to us.
I'm so sorry. Spanish people out there, I'm so sorry. Yep, time to come an end. It's time to say goodbye again. It was great. Thank you for being with us, Stephan. Thank you for presenting that game. Thank you for developing that game, actually. First step. And I'm so thrilled to see what you're going to do next. I totally forgot to talk actually about your next project because you mentioned, a few times that you're already working on a new project, and we totally forgot to talk about that. But that only means that we need to invite you again.
Yes, for sure.
Easy.
We're definitely up for that. And I will let all our team members know that you guys enjoyed it and we had such a nice time, so that they get also the wonderful heart or this super nice feeling transferred directly to their desks where they're working now.
Tell them greetings. Okay, Andre, some final wise last words from your side.
It was a real pleasure, as always. Hopefully see you all again in 2 weeks.
Nope, in 2 weeks is a bank holiday.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, that means that we're going to have only one show next month. And you know what? It's almost in 4 weeks because it will be May 27th, if I got it right in my little brain here.
Okay, I need to double check. Yeah, but make sure to tune in again at this time and join us for the next great game that we are going to play and talk to them about.
And I mean, not only tune in to our show, because we have another great shows going on every week, actually. So tomorrow is Friday. Another early access with Nico and Juliana is going to start tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central European summertime. And of course, we are going to be back with Industry Insiders next week and more early access and tiers and trophies and. So actually, you can tune into our channel every day. But for now, I think we're done. It's good. It's good now. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Soon.